It's a lot of chocolate. You know, I want to do a appeal more to the middle-aged female audience, and what better way than with dark chocolate? Before I get started, I have a couple of ground rules. One, it has to be commonly available. I went to Walmart, Target, a Meijer, and my local grocery store, and I ended up with 19 bars. Two, nothing weird. No sea salt, no caramel, no Ferraris, just plain chocolate. My third rule, it has to be in a bar. So I could get the chocolate chips, but why would I eat them like that? Oh, and it is pretty cool in here, so if any of these start to melt, it points off. I'll start with the cheap and then work my way to the fancier things. This is like $100 in chocolate, so if you like the video, share it around. First up is Walmart. I didn't know they had their own chocolate, and you know 50% is barely even dark. It is rainforest certified though, and imagine that it is made in Germany, so wow. They don't want you in. Cheap plastic, no foil, and a pretty generic looking design on the bar. But you couldn't split it into thirds easy. It doesn't smell too bad. Not super waxy, not leaving an oil. A little bit hard, but it leaves a clean break. And nothing special. It's not too dark, not too bitter, not too milky. Oddly hard to bite into for only being 50%. You know what? I could live with that. I'll give it a B. Next up, Hershey's Special Dark. What is so special about it? We're going to find out. This one is mildly sweet. I don't think I would consider dark chocolate to be sweet, or the chocolate flavor you're looking for. Dark chocolate is hard enough. Why are you trying to freeze it? And this one has a preservative in it. Of course, it is made in Pennsylvania. I can't open it though. It smells a lot more like normal Hershey's than dark chocolate. I do like the smell of Hershey's though. And of course, you get the classic design. For servings, you can fourth it. Kinda not waxy at all. A little oil, but not too bad. Easier than the Walmart, but still not milk chocolate. They don't say what percentage it is. Just by tasting it, I can tell it is low. It's like the chocolate you would need if your kids are also going to eat it. I wouldn't call it dark chocolate. That's what makes it special. I leave it to Mr. Beast to make the smallest bar. It's made in Peru. I suppose that is close to cocoa beans. I guess you're in the store and your kids are getting all excited about Mr. Beast. Yeah, here is an option for you to have. It's kind of a waxed plastic, nicer than the Walmart. But what kind of design is that? It's 2 servings. I don't know how you're going to split it up. Doesn't really smell much. Quite waxy. I could see it maybe melting if you leave it for long enough. Not too hard. I really don't think this is going to be too high of a cocoa content. You know, I forgot to rate the Hershey's. C. This reminds me of the Hershey's too. It's not really dark chocolate. It's like if you left the milk chocolate up to 10. C. And now on to more of the premium choices. I got the Ghirardelli in 72, 92, and 86. Why do they use weird numbers? I don't know. And oddly, the 72 is heavier than the 92, and I can't really compare it to the bag because they didn't have it in a bar, but it is the heaviest. Obviously nice packaging. First one you could foil with. It is kind of a hassle though, because what you do with it. Medium waxiness, medium oiliness, easy to divide, and it looks like they're squares, except kind of smaller. It does have perforations, so it should break easy. Not where I wanted to, but back to crispy. Pretty mild, but it does taste like dark chocolate. It's not overly sweetened. It gives you the chocolate taste you want, not the candiness. I'll give it a B. Oh, they really glued it. And look at all of that. The glue smells bad too. These are definitely smaller than they used to be. They had no way of eating that. This is more convenient, but wasteful. I can't really break it, but feels the same as the, what was it, 72? A little bit easier to bite, a little bit more bitter. How's there 3.5 servings? I think it could use a little more sugar. It's like the bitter I desire. See? Here is the darkest. Looks exactly the same as the others. It's kind of making a mess. It smells the most like chocolate. Not the clean break. I don't know why the 72 is the hardest to bite. There's more cocoa content. Somehow less bitter than the 86 though. I'll give it a B. After the Ghirardellis, I'll probably get this one. Now we have the Swiss. And of course they use normal numbers. Bourbon vanilla bean. We've got the silver foil. Not trying to prove anything. Again though, 3.5 servings. How do I split that? Nice old school design. Feels the same as the Ghirardelli. Smells a little more vanilla and sweet though. Again, breaks not what I want. A lot more vanilla than the previous. Definitely on the sweeter end for dark chocolate, but the bitterness is still kind of there. I'll give it an A. 85, you know, at least Lindt can make their bars the same way. This one looks a little darker, slightly oilier. Or I wanted to. A lot less vanilla. It's more on the dark side. I like that vanilla they used though. I'll give this one a B. 90. They use different sugars in all of these, and I rightly saw the 90 has no vanilla and the least amount of sugar. I'm expecting it to be bitter and taste like chocolate. Again, pretty dark, a little bit oily, a little bit waxy. Kind of hard. You know, they do a decent job of the perforating. Kind of weird like the Ghirardelli again. The middle one was the most bitter. I like this one. It tastes a lot like chocolate and it's not crazy bitter. You know, if you're not weird, you probably like it. Apparently you cannot recycle these. Just pointing it out. Alright, we're on to the we're on to the fancy ones now. I'm kind of getting a stomachache and I'm definitely going to break out from all these chocolates. Unique package. This is kind of embossed. I think that says Belgian, 70%. They tell you right on the bar how to eat it. It's a little colder than 70. Made in Colorado with Belgian chocolate. I get the poem though. A paper wrapper. Gold foil. They love poem. From my lady's presence make the roses red, because to see her lips they blush for shame. The lily's leaves for envy pale became, and her white hands in them this envy bred. The marigold, the leaves abroad doth spread. Because the suns in her palace the same, the violet of purple color came. In brief, all the flowers from her their virtue take. From her sweet breath, her sweet smiles do proceed. The living heat which her eyebeams doth make, warmeth the ground and quicketh the seed. Thank you, Harry Constable. I hate poems. It's a love poem, so they put literal butts on the bar. But to say I am an S-man, this one might be hard to break, but you can split it up into thirds. I like this, it has the smallest little bit you can eat. You know, it's dark chocolate, you're not eating the whole bar at a time. Hopefully. Sweet love poem, sweet dark chocolate. I'd call it oilier. I can see my fingerprints in it. Not very waxy though. I think the sugar is making it easier to chew. Yeah, love poem is sad, I like this. I'll give it a high A. If it is the best, it will get an A's. I'm rounding up the specs. Lilies, I know you can find more readily. People like to cook with it, because you know there's no sugar in it. What makes extra different than extreme? Different and intense, and you know these two say extra dark chocolate, and the darkest is just dark chocolate. It's Lily, so it's made with stevia, and they give you a weird amount of servings. Palm oil. So far the other ones haven't used any, so why does Lily need it? Oh, this one is somewhat easier to open. It came pre-broke, then again I think I dropped this one. Does it work if it is not olive oil? These are even easier to divide. Am I crazy or is it not straight? It feels like not dark chocolate. It smells like milk chocolate too. I think this is closer to the Mr. Beast bar. Don't let that snap fool you, it is pretty soft. Maybe a little too much stevia. It's sweet but not very dark. SC. Here is the 85. They managed not to put palm oil in this one. Somehow the color is more brown. Again, no, it feels not dark. Very oily, very waxy. Doesn't break quite well, but the pieces are so small. That is a difference. Definitely dark chocolate this time. I think it is going to be a theme that the middle darkness is the most bitter. And this one's bitter in a way I don't like. I'm going to give it a D. Okay, last one. That's the least amount of ingredients, so weird break in it. So this bar expired? No, it's still in date. Quite dry compared to the other two. Way too dry. You know, I've had the Lily's chocolate chips before. I don't remember them being nearly this bad. I'm going to give it an F. Endangered species. See, this one is nice because they donate to animals. How are they doing better for the monkey? Oh, now I'll never know. Chimpanzees are capable of making over 30 vocal variations. Just like your husband, am I right? I don't see what other tags need to be different. Gold foil again. I'm really starting to feel sick now. It looks dark, feels kind of oily. Weird pattern going on the bottom. And we have elephants on the front. I'd call it smooth, other than the grain I'm getting to it. The flavor tastes like a tree. You know, the cocoa comes from a tree. Not my favorite taste, but I like what they're doing, I guess. See. Extreme dark, like when I stand in the sun too long. This is bitter sweet chocolate. I think they need to change what they put the glue. I want to read about the jaguar, but it is all torn. Jaguars are competent climbers. They often scale trees to use the high vantage point among the branches to pounce on unsuspecting prey. Just like the old guys at the gym, am I right, ladies? I like how easy those came out. The bar feels the same, it looks the same. There's kind of a funny face on it right there, if you can see it. It doesn't smell like the other dark chocolate. Kind of grindy like the other. There's no weird aftertaste though. Just kind of a dark chocolate. I'll give it a B. I brought another container. Last brand is Better Goods. It looks like you would get it at Target, but I bought it at Walmart. This one is made with oat milk, kind of different. And then it's only 55%, so it's more like milk chocolate. It is made in Switzerland though. Only 56% is certified ingredients. Give me a higher number. Zero foil. 3.5 servings again. Now sure, it looks cool, but tell me, how am I going to split it up? It's even got texture on it. It feels the most like plastic. It smells fine. Now this is milk chocolate. It's even melting. I can kind of taste the oats. I don't think it belongs in chocolate. Why doesn't the 90% get walnut chocolate? 74% fair trade. 3 squares. Where is the other box? 3. I'm sorry, that was not a square. Pretty broken? Oh, very broken. Am I shaking? I guess chocolate kinda has caffeine in it. The design is the same. Feels kind of more oily. Tastes a lot better. It's pretty good. Kind of sweet, kind of bitter, smooth. I'll give it an A. I do, however, don't like how you can split it. 85 up to 86%. Is that just relative to the chocolate? It is. Same bar, kind of darker color. Tastes only slightly darker, but I like how there's not a giant jump in between it. I also give it an A. Finally, straight up vanilla bean. Again, even darker. Smells darker too. The top is oily, the bottom is waxy. I guess it does break fine. You know, they have a good gradient. I'll also give it an A. I really don't know what they're trying with the oat milk though. I'm going to clean it up. That was way too much chocolate. I cannot recommend you to eat all of that. You know, just have a square at a time. I'm going to bump the lovely chocolate up to an S because I liked it the most. I think it is the best overall pick. The Walmart was surprisingly alright. You know, the content wasn't the highest, but I think the flavor worked. It was still kind of dark. Hershey's and Mr. Beast. The Hershey's and Mr. Beast are just like they're trying to act like someone they're not. Ghirardelli, I think, does better special editions. The Lindt has a good vanilla. What were the other ones? Lily, I don't get the hype. Endangered species was different, but fine. And what was the last brand? The Better or whatever, pretty good. I'd say if you can't find the XOXO chocolate, I'd go for that, or the Lindt. I think that was all of them. I don't know, I'm not feeling too good. Like I said earlier, this was a lot of chocolate. So go ahead and share this with all your girlfriends. See if they agree with me. Probably not. You know, don't hand these out to the kids.
Sorry I'm late, I just don't give off!
Rodona se sviki nas.